kg bags for wholesale and retail prices. Contact Shiklisho Limited at 665-3336 or 4808-715 or visit us at Warrenville, Cunupia. Shiklisho Limited, quality you can trust.
الناس حبك بيض الله قلبك بيض الله قلبك كن سموحا لخصمك تلقى خصمك أحبك بيض الله قلبك بيض الله قلبك.
Prices on all grocery items. Trust Low Cost Supermarket for the widest variety of quality products at low prices. Freshly picked fruits and vegetables, healthy products for your well-being, high quality meat cuts, and a warm and friendly service. Low Cost Supermarket, Sun and Main Road, Cunupia.
Assalamu alaikum and good evening and welcome to Breaking Barriers here on IBN Channel 8. Of course, Wednesday evening here and no CPL. So it's good being on here, and of course, I know I just spoke to my son down at Baraka Grounds, and I know that it is hectic right now because we are facilitating parking for members of the Hindu community and the visiting public down at Baraka Grounds. And of course, we have our drones in flight and our 60-foot. Yeah, guys, you can run that one time. Right, what happened is that we have our 60-foot man lift. So this is what it looks like. This is what it looked like actually a day or two ago. And as you can see, everything is well organized, enough space and everything. So again, thank you so much to those of you who choose to park by us, because you know that part proceeds goes back to the public to assist, not in anyone's pockets, to fatten their pockets even more. This segment brought to you courtesy Tile Expression Limited, and of course, Tile Expression, I don't have to remind you, they provide you with the best quality tiles, best service, and of course at the best location, the widest selection. Give them a call, 223 Tile. Of course, that's something that you can't forget, right? Fairly easily. All right, so let me start off my program by touching a few nerves here and being very frank. But firstly, before I start off, let me just say a special hello to the Alaham family from San Fernando. I met Mommy Alaham, Daddy Alaham, and of course, Daddy Alaham retired now. I believe he was in Petrotrin. And of course, daughter Alaham, who is the big Sawati together with her husband in the company, right, who deals with specialized paints. So pleasure meeting you guys at the Baraka grounds, and in fact, we look forward to seeing you all again, the Alaham family from San Fernando. Let's start. Oh, and of course, let me say a special hello to Miss Abraham, mother of Andre, right? I've spoken to her on a few occasions, and of course, she recently lost the love of her life, and of course, condolences from all of us here on Breaking Barriers. You know, it's never easy losing a loved one. In fact, I spoke to someone today, and of course, I would not mention his name, and you could actually hear the pain, and you could hear him crying on the other end. And then this weekend, I met someone who lost his wife from the Charlieville area, and it's a good friend of mine, Sabir. You know his dad. I met his dad, and his dad would come down to Baraka grounds and spend time with the family, and unfortunately, he did not have the other half. And, you know, he was really emotional. And, you know, it was an emotional week for me with the amount of people that I met who were missing a loved one. So the opportunity that you have today, take advantage of it, please. All right. So let me just do a little venting here now. When I was a young man, I was not perfect. In fact, I used to misbehave a lot. But I grew up to be a somewhat responsible person, having to take care of my mother. I was the main person taking care of my mother as I got older, financially and otherwise. And what happened is that taught me responsibility. But what taught me responsibility even more was my father's introduction to faith. When my father became involved in his religion, he decided that a few of his children were to get involved too, because there were those that were older and already living their lives the way they were. And he decided that I would be one of them, you know, that he would push us down a certain direction. And he did that through the Bamboo Masjid in Bamboo here. And I would go to classes on a Sunday. And there was this gentleman called Fayaz Ali. And they used to call him Slim. I am still asking the question, why it is a man as fat as Fayaz Ali, they call him Slim. But anyway, let's leave that as it is. What happens that this gentleman, I used to go to classes every Sunday morning. And we used to be there from around 5 to 9, 5 to 8:30. And he taught me my religion. And he was one of those persons, no matter what question you asked, he would answer. That is the type of person he is. And Slim is similar to me. He's a no-nonsense person. He believes in the fact that if you're speaking the truth, speak the truth. Even if it is against yourself, speak the truth, even if it is bitter. And this man, and I could boast and say that Slim, Fayaz Ali from Sawa. And for those of you who don't know him, right, I want to show you a picture of Slim. He's on his bed, right, but I want to show you this picture. Right, my guys, right, this is Slim. And I grew up with Slim. You could zoom in a little bit to his photo, so those of you who don't recognize him could. And Slim spent over a year abroad receiving treatment for diabetes and other related illnesses. And what happens is I come back to me, guys. And I will just tell you that Slim has had a huge test in terms of life. I mean, I visited him a few minutes ago before I came on air. And this is a man who had his leg cut off from under his knee. And you could see he's still trying to talk stupidness. He still has a smile on his face. And this is a photo of the amputated leg of my good friend Fayaz Ali Slim. I was there and I saw it. So I would like to send a message to this Maulana, or should I say Mautlana, the con man, the crook, the smart man, the old thief who defrauding people of land. I ain't calling no names, but he will know very well who I'm talking about, because he has a habit of going and deceiving people for land and not paying for the land. That Maulana who is washing his mouth on my partner, on my friend. Partner, here what happening now? Desist and step back, because I will call Board of Inland Revenue for your tail, and I will call VAT office. and I will call other legal entities too. So I'm just sending a message to that Maulana, that conjob of a Maulana, who like to talk, who like to run his mouth on other people. You're running your mouth on my partner, breads. You don't do that. You don't do that, Mr. Old Thief, Mr. Duck Thief, Mr. Land Thief, Mr. Air paying for your land, right? Families came and visited me and say that you take land from them and you're paying, but you want to tell other people how to live their life. Mr. Old Thief Maulana, don't run your mouth on my partner Faiz. So Faiz, his family expended a huge amount of money. Now I'll give you a comparison. My son, when we went to Miami, he had an asthma attack, minor. So you need to nebulize, right? So I went to the Baptist. They have these clinics, the Baptist Health Facility Clinic. And I went there, and there's a $200 charge, you know, if you are not insured and all that there. So we paid the $200 US, and the girl told me, she said, if there are any further charges, they would send me an email. So I tell myself, it can't be any further charges, because hell, $200 US just to nebulize is expensive. Lo and behold, a few months after, in the mail and via email, I received an invoice for $495 balance, US. So $495 plus $200, that's about $700 US just to nebulize by them old crook on them. Well, boy, here what happened. My son walking with the pump, nebulizer, and everything else if you had to go away, but the asthma doesn't affect him anymore. But the reason I'm telling you this is just to juxtapose that a man spent a year abroad getting medical treatment, putting stent in his leg, going from hospital to hospital, and this conjob of a Maulana, this crook of a Maulana, this fraudster of a Maulana running his mouth on my partner. And I'll tell you something. The family requires $300,000 plus to get out of debt. And believe me, you spend 1 week in a Trinidad hospital and you just get a stroke from the bill, much less abroad. So I would like all those of you whose life Slim touch, who made a difference in their life, right? I want you to get involved and let us organize. And you see this man there called Slim, could we get that photo? This man served our community. Every month he used to come at Baraka Grounds and give khutbah. And this man is a man I have the greatest of respect for. This is a man who made me, helped to make me and shape me into what I am today. And whatever I have to do to make sure that we raise the funds for Slim, we are going to do it. And for all those of you who's sitting down, especially in the Muslim community, who's sitting down and wondering if you should, there should be no should. It is our responsibility to make sure that this man gets out of debt. It is our duty to ensure that he gets out of debt. So for all those of you who are interested, and every one of you should be, within my community at least, because the non-Muslim community may not know him, except the people in Arangways. So you see my WhatsApp number is going on the screen there now. Well done, guys. And my WhatsApp number is the number that you will communicate with and tell me, inshallah, on behalf of my family, I am giving $1, $10, $100, $1,000 to help pay off the debts of Slim, a man who served our community. So for those of you who are watching right now home, for those of you who belong to the Sawa area and environs and know Slim and know what he has done and how he has served, by the end of this week, we should be able to say here, and to the businessmen outside there within my community, come now, man, let we do this together. Call me tomorrow, WhatsApp me, and let us pull this together for Slim. Next up, there's a gentleman in Bamboo, a young man, Hamza, who needs a hip replacement. Now, I could tell you that any person who goes through life with back pain and hip problems is a life of almost hell. I did a surgery on my back maybe about 19 years ago. And this gentleman, right from the Bamboo area, is a young man whose family I grew up with. And I could tell you, very respectable family. And they have always give. So for those of you who could, right, could we get the letter, please, guys? Right. This is for Hamza Ali Mohammed. And this is from, of course, the UK. And the amount, could we go up to the amount, please? Thank you. The doctor is Chandran Prakash. And the amount that is required is £30,000. Right, £30,000, which would cover the consultant, the surgeon, the consultant, anesthetist, and hospital fees, etc. Right? And of course, they're looking to go up in November, and I will find out from the family, or you can contact me to make arrangements only where this family is concerned. And then thirdly now, as we move along, guys, what was the total for Brandon that we received in-house here and what I sent to you?
36.4.
36 for Brandon. Remember the gentleman who we had highlighted, the gentleman who is blind, to fix his home and to buy appliances. We received 36,400 in cash. So we are short of the 16,000 which people promised. In fact, someone told me next week, in fact, not someone, about 3-4 people told me by the end of this week because they're busy with Diwali preparations. And I understand that. So for those of you who made your pledge, we want Donnie, the roofman, is going there Saturday. He communicated with Brandon already. And let us see where it goes from there. I am hoping and praying that the roof and whatever expenses we have to repair the place takes up the bulk of whatever, because I don't like the idea of just giving people money. And I've always said that. All right, so let's start rocking and rolling, guys. Of course, let me just, guys, just to let you know, for, oh gosh, for my Ali's Motor Spares, we are doing the rostrum remover tonight, just to let you know. I should have told you that earlier on. All right, so I want to thank my 2 previous sponsors. I want to thank, of course, Neil Schultz, of course, the #1 place for all your European parts, and of course, Gate Automation Company Limited, which is running right now. You can check them for all your gate automating needs. Let's start off with our slides, guys. Right. What I'm showing you here is the Baraka grounds. This is the condition of the Baraka grounds. It wasn't cut. This is the condition of the place in front of our place. It was not cut. It was not taken care of, right? As you could see, the height of the grass. But when we compare it to, let's go, now this is my worker that we are paying to cut the grass, and CPEP would normally cut the grass here, but what we have found is that they are not cutting our grass in front. But one is that this is in front of the Nagar, and you could see, zoom in. Right, zoom in to the left. Right, that's the area by the Nagar there. And you will see the grass is properly cut and manicured. And I support that 100%. So in front of the NCIC, the grass is cut and manicured. And as you can see, when it gets in front of us, this is how it looks. Because the Muslim is dog and, you know, we is manji dog and stray dog. So people, and this is in front, this is on the other side now of the property by the Ministry of Agriculture. So on the other side, it cut. And on the side by the Nagar, it cut. And we in the middle. And they have not cut our grass. And let me tell you something. I want to know who is the contractor so that the contractor gets fired forthwith. Because to me, it is a slap in the face. Because the amount of thousands of people you are visiting there now, and we have to pay somebody to cut our grass. This is where it reached. This is the type of discrimination that we are seeing. Something is wrong. Something stinks. So I want to get onto the contractor, find out what the hell really going on, who responsible for there, and come now, man. Don't make me believe that it is factually discrimination. Right? So let's go again, guys. Now, all you see this? That X on top there represents the roundabout by Baraka grounds. That highway on the left is the UBH. And you would come in to that road and go around the roundabout. Right? Yeah. Right? And you would come and go into where the X is. Where the X is there. You see that? You're going to where that X is. And zoom into the distance, please, guys. The distance in yellow. right? 239 meters. 239 meters, which is what? Roughly about what? About 700-800 feet? About that, all right? About that. So 700-800 feet is the distance to our entrance. The police decided that they would block off the road by X, where we are. And what happened is that when the police decided to block that off now, they wanted us to do this. Could we get the other map? They wanted us, right, to zoom in from the top. Right. So we have to go down into the road, come around the roundabout, and they'd have a police, they will tell you, no, get your tail back out, go out the road again, come down the highway. So let us, well done guys, well done, right? Follow that, come down straight down the highway, drive down the highway, right? Come down the highway straight, we are coming down still, come down the highway, make a left turn by Price Plaza there, by where Excellent Stores used to be, come along the roundabout, which just have huge traffic, go back up by Price Mart and Price Plaza, come straight down past Pennywise, past Extra Plaza, past the Nagar, and then proceed to our compound, equaling 3,700 meters. So we could have direct access to our properties, 200 meters, but the police want us to take nearly 4,000. Now, let me show you the stupidity of it. Could we have that video, please? This is the police with a barrier. Now, right, run the audio, let the audio run. Empty. We have no customers. Customers are being turned back, and they say they cannot pass through that traffic. So this is what's going on right now. This is what's going on. Imagine this is what's going on right now. Good. Now, what I want you to see is the property, let's show. What I want to show you, for us to get back to our property, according to the police, this is the traffic we must face. Watch it here. So, in other words, instead of going direct to our property with no traffic, with no problems, no blockage, we must take this traffic to go back down the road. And this is what I tell you. This is what I tell you. We have more stupid people in the police service than any other organization, you know. Because how could it make sense for you to put a barrier? I spoke to Anon Ipol, the owner of Extra Foods. He doesn't know anything about it, and he was Blue Vex. I tried to call him Pennywise, Mr. Dalvi, but I'm sure he would have had problems with that too. The businessmen in the area did not know what the hell was going on, and they put barriers there and block us. But, you all know when I take it on my phone, what has happened? I spoke to Senior Superintendent Pierre, right? Right, so let's, right, so here we go. Right, so what I want to do, I want to play that audio with Senior Superintendent Pierre this afternoon. And I want you to listen. Now, I don't have no personal problems with this man. Let me tell you one time. We had to deal with dotishness from Meister. We had to deal with dotishness from Smith. We had to deal with dotishness from Suka. And at the end of the day, I mean, oh God, boy, come now, boy. Let we at least have some semblance of sanity. And although ride we back during this period now, boy. For the past 5 years, the Muslim community in that area, we have had our backsides kicked, discriminated, taken advantage of. We were treated, like I said, like stray dog, like mangy dog. And it continued by doing what they did there. So I spoke to the gentleman. Right? I know, hear what he said.
Good evening. Yes, good evening.
Yes, sir.
Yes, Senior Superintendent PM?
Yes, it is.
Hi, Inshan Ishmael here from Baraka Grounds. How are you, sir?
I'm all right, Mr. Ishmael.
All right. What's happening is that I'm doing a piece of my night for my program tonight in regards to the blocking of the Baraka grounds, which I was told you were responsible for. Firstly, the question is, did you speak to any of the stakeholders in the area?
So, Mr. Ishmael,
Yes, sir.
I would suggest if you wish to speak to me, that we meet in person. I would not do an interview with you on the phone.
Can I ask 2 questions? That is all I'm asking.
No, I prefer to meet with you face to face.
So you cannot answer 2 questions.
I would prefer to meet with you face to face.
So you are refusing to answer 2 simple questions. It's just yes or no.
Mr. Ishmael,
Mr.
I would
Pierre,
prefer to meet with you face to face.
Mr. Pierre, with all due respect, you did not meet with me face to face when you made that ridiculous decision to redirect traffic.
Mr. Ishmael, you are assuming.
It's not assuming, sir. Your juniors confirmed. Your juniors confirmed that you were the
If
one.
you would like to speak with me, please, you can come to my office right now.
Mr. Pierre, I'm asking you a question. Were you responsible?
Would you come to my office and
Mr.
speak with me
Pierre,
at this time?
were you the one responsible? Mr. Pierre, I have to prepare for my program.
If you refuse to come and speak with me,
Mr.
I
Pierre,
don't have a problem with that, but I am not
Mr. Pierre, I am preparing for my program. I am preparing for my program. So I cannot leave this meeting.
I'm about to leave office, and I'm still going to sit and wait on you if you would like to come.
Mr. Pierre, with all due respect, I'm saying I'm preparing for my program. And to be able to do
answer a question for you online. What you can do is you can communicate. You can communicate through our corporate communication department.
So to answer that question, I must go through the corporate communications department.
Well, I have offered to meet with you face to face now.
But I am asking you a simple question because I'm doing my program tonight. Were you the one responsible for blocking the road? Were you the one responsible for blocking the road? Did you make that decision?
To answer 2 questions. 1, did you meet with any stakeholders? Simple answer, yes or no. Couldn't answer that. Number 2, were you responsible? Send it through the corporate communications department. What does that tell you? This is the level of ignorance we have in the police service. This is the level of dotishness we must tolerate. Right? Whether it is, well, here happening, Pierre saying is, I'm assuming that it was him. It is an assumption. Well, then here happening, guide us to who it was. So if it wasn't Pierre, who the hell it was? Watermelon? Mango? Baigan? Who the hell it was then? You see, and this is why people like me does win cases when it comes to malicious prosecution. Because when, and we are not calling anybody an idiot here now, I'm just saying general now. When dotish people make, okay, let me take that back. Let me rephrase this because I want to have some level of respect, right? When certain people make decisions, which is asinine to say the least, and it affects an entire community because we lost income. People could not even go and pray. In fact, guys, there's a video of a car that was stuck. Right? A man coming to the mosque and couldn't even come to the mosque. Look, this fella here. Police had to come and help him out. And I must commend those officers. The gentleman tried a shortcut because you know why? He was late for his 8 o'clock for his prayer. And he could not access our property even though our property was 1 minute away with no blocks except what the police put up. A man was denied the opportunity to pray on time because of the stupidity of the Trinidad Police Service. And we have not faced this year alone. We faced this 3 years ago, 4 years ago, and 5 years ago. And it just keeps happening. So what I did, let me tell you what I did. When they decided to block that road, you see, the crowd at the Nagar is huge. And people trust us for parking because we have never had an incident with vehicles on our compound. People trust us. and they know that the money is going to be put to good use. So what happened is that when the Nagar started to full, what I decided to do, I decided to lock all our gates. Nobody ain't coming and park on our compound. I closing it off. And we sat down in front, folded our arms, and watched as the police started to catch their tail. We watched as the police started to panic, because you know why? An area that could facilitate 1,000 cars could not facilitate it anymore, and was not facilitating it, so the police had to find a place to put all those cars. And they could not. They could not. They had no choice but to back down, because they realized that they're dealing with somebody who understands the art of war, and that is me. And I tell them here what's happening. All the organized, they call me, they say, Ishmael, we remove the barriers, open back up your parking. I say, all you sure, boy? All you sure? And that is what caused the police to open back up the barriers. A stupid decision. And Mayor Fike, imagine, when I spoke to Mayor Fike, and I must commend Mayor Fike because he's always willing. And Mayor Fike tell me, he said he knows nothing about that plan. So nothing was gazetted. The mayor was not even spoken to. The businessmen were not spoken to. And I must go through corporate communication to send Pierre a question, yes or no. Pierre, come now, man. Oh, God, boy. Already deal with so much dotish officers. Come now, man. And if you watch, let me show you some of the areas that were affected. You had, this is the Baraka Grounds food court, which is normally lines upon lines, empty. What you car park? Because of the stupidity of decisions that officers made. Price Plaza, all them, if you see the car parks in the area, watch Extra Foods. Extra Foods used to be packed, and now watch. Pennywise, when I drive in Pennywise, I have the car missing. You understand? And this is decisions. Oh, this is something else. You see this? I should have tell you this. This is something, an end has to be put to this. The linemen on a Saturday night and the loud music, the people across the road from Heartland Plaza suffering. But Pierre wouldn't look to deal with that. Pierre would not interfere with that. Pierre would not touch that. Why? Why he wouldn't interfere with that? Anyway, let me welcome Automax, the rust remover. And remember, anytime you have metal, you have rust. Even if you have metal in your leg, it'll start to rust after a while. So here, no, don't want to put this in your leg now, eh? Right, just letting you know. Right, now, remember, if you want to solve your rusting problems, then you need to use Automax Rust Remover. And remember, you could check them out at Ali's Motor Spares and Hardware Limited. All right, so let's go again, guys. Yeah, well, you know how to show up Chippity. Zoom into that vehicle next to the truck. And the truck. The gentleman with the car, the PCM, trying to go his legal way. And the idiot with the truck blocking. But you know me, I must get picture with number plates. So could we go to the next photo? Sure, we have one with it. Yeah, man. See what I tell you? Right? Good, but I take that off from too much of a distance. So the gentleman who driving that truck, you're an idiot. And then the car next to him, you're an idiot also. Because all blocking the rightful way of people who want to get to their businesses or homes. Only related to the TTPS or what? Let's go again. Right, and again, these people cannot even go in. Let's go again, guys. Moving at speed tonight. You see this gentleman here? You see this gentleman? That gentleman who driving that forklift, I want to tell you a little bit about him. This fella here, who looking like the local Bruce Willis. Well, not really Bruce Willis, but he looking like Bruce Willis' grandfather. I want to personally commend this man called Inder. I have known this man since 2006. And even before One Voice, there is never a time that I would call or make a call. In fact, he would volunteer 90% of the time. If I say I'm looking for tobacco tomorrow morning a backhoe show up in the compound. Today, that man brought his truck, his laborers, and asked for zero in return. All he is asked is, boy, I will take a little prayers. And that is all. And I just want to say to this man, his wife, and his family, boy, it is not very often that you meet people who are so sincere, who are so down to earth and so caring. So to Inder, the JMA family, boy, let me tell you something. And for those of you who have any contracting work and to do, you can check out these people and them honest people, JMA contractors, right? I just want, if all need water, there are water trucks too as well. I just want to personally, from the bottom of my heart, breads, my family, and the Baraka Foundation, thank you and your family for all that you have done and continue to do, not only for me, but for others as well. You are different breed, breads. And just to punish you a little more, I will show you the picture one more time. Right? No, not that picture. Right? The other picture. Right. My partner there. Right? So, to Mr. in there, again, the next time I will try and get a picture with your mouth closed, but I'm not showing the other picture with my partner. You know which one I was talking about, right? So anyway, all the best to you, sir. Well done. All right. So, built to last. Remember, you can get a house bill from $540 per square foot, and that includes aluminum windows, enclosed garage, security doors, soak away, electrical, plumbing, fixtures, ceiling, you name it. Of course, give them a call and they would supply you with everything as well too, including they manufacture sheets as well, decking. A lot of the stuff that they will be supplying you is high quality. In fact, I use sheets from them, from Built to Last. So therefore, I could tell you, and we have been using, honestly, we have used them for the last 5-6 years at Baraka Grounds, and we had no problems with their sheets. Absolutely none. So it's an endorsement to Built to Last as well. All right, so let's go again, guys. Jamal Modest, young 9-year-old murdered, right, while watching a football game in Enterprise. But you know what? Everybody calling to find out when we lighting candle. How about when the Enterprise community decides that they're going to stand up against crime? And they did. A few of them, only a handful of them decided that they're going to stand up against crime. And here what happened, they held 4 persons. Because you know that is what has normally happened, right? They normally will hold 4 people and 5 people, and then the same evening, they will let them go. Because you know why? When they do that, they try to pacify. Similar in Bitam. When anybody get killed or anything happen, they normally hold people and then let them go. Because you can't have that community coming after you. You understand? So, to the people of Enterprise, more of all need to stand up. Because you see that young man? That young man could have been a future leader. That young boy could have been one of them to find a cure for some disease. This young man could have been one of the best educators in the country. And what happens is that we decide, some idiot decided to shoot up the place, and this young man who went to watch a cricket match lost his life. I mean, watch his face now, man. The boy have a face like a star boy. May God make it easy for the family, and, nobody can understand the pain that you're going through. Let's go again, guys. 2 secondary school girls were taken away to hospital Monday after they allegedly consumed an acid for cleaning jewelry, believing it to be an alcoholic beverage. The liquor was brought to the school by another female classmate who allegedly posted images. Come back to me, guys. Now, here you had this, This schoolgirl see this bottle and she think it's punching. She posts up the photo. 300 people viewed it, and they asked her to bring it to the class. When they bring it to the class now, 2 of them decided to drink, and then she find like 2 of she friends are looking well, and they find out it's not punching, but it is something to clean jewelry. Now, I have always said, and I will continue to say that I don't know what's in store for me, You could be the best parent. You could be the most disciplined parent. And here what's happening, you don't make a child's mind. You could be the holiest person, and then tomorrow you find out that your child is the worst child on the whole block. This is what we face now. Parents no longer, and I've repeated it time and time again, parents can no longer put their head on a block for any child again. None. None. Imam, priest, daughter, in fact, you can't put your head on your father block, because most likely, he could be the Maulana that conning people their land. You understand? Let's go again. A man who took a job via social media to transport a refrigerator was hijacked and robbed of his van, cash and valuables on Monday. And here they say, upon arrival at the location to where he was arrested, the victim was ambushed by 2 men. As the woman who hired him, the woman fled the scene. The victim reported that he had made contact with the woman on Facebook, and on Monday met her at the Tunapuna market. And he went down quite superior. So people, let me tell you something. Always try and be careful. And then again, you don't know. Because a bandit don't have a particular look. You understand? But let's go again. A former inspector, here they say, 10 female Latin Americans were on Tuesday charged by police during a special operation in Montreux, Chaguanas. There were 2 minors around the group. And by the way, this person, the premises, is allegedly owned by police. But on another unrelated thing, right, not related to this, one of the biggest kingpins for prostitution in the Chaguanas area was a former inspector of police. In fact, he was the one that used to arrange to bring them in. He was the one that used to facilitate housing them. He was the one that used to be with them when his wife was home. And what I tell you, and police car used to be used to drop home thing. And I ain't telling you what I feel, I tell you what I know. You understand? Because police just talk and they come back to me and tell me what's going on. You understand? So let's go again, guys. According to Rotary Maxi Taxi Association president, the children wanted to get to a student inside Singh's Maxi. Now, for those of you who know who I'm talking about, these children, right? Come back to me, guys. These children have a problem with somebody inside a Maxi and they wanted to get access to the Maxi. And here what happened, the Maxi man pull out a wheel spanner or something and say, none of that crap, all ain't coming through me. And what is that? The problem is the Maxi man, the obscene language and it wasn't necessary. Now let me tell you something. And here what happened, normally I would be careful about what I say, but because Tat watching all my program, I ain't gonna be careful. Because you know why? When people was calling me old thief coolie, right, on radio stations, Tat never worry about that. Right? Tat never worry about that. Right? When they were talking about my wife and my children, and that was on certain airwaves, Tat never worry about that. When you have videos, anyway, we'll come back with that just now. Because tonight, I'm jarring. Right? So, Cynthia, the CEO, or whatever she is in Tat, at the end of the day, I am prepared legally to do what is necessary. Because I realize that all you have nothing to do. Right? And I will make sure that my legal team will teach all a lesson that all you go regret. And that is Tat. Right? Because here what's happening, the minions of politics ain't going to come after me for no reason. And that is what I see. And I ain't talking about Cynthia here, I'm talking about in general. Right? So let's go with that thing that I was talking about there again, guys. This is the maxi taxi situation. Right now, show the pictures with the gentleman. We're supposed to have some photos. I don't know if I... right. One is that the maxi man ended up telling him, no, all I can't come inside here. And one is that they ended up beating him. And the hardest is, the police say that they don't know... Give me back that first slide again, guys. Give me back that one. With the... Right. Right. Police... Pierre... Oh, and it's Pierre... Right? Hold on. They actually started to trample and beat the maxi man senselessly on the ground. Both victims were taken to the Cuba hospital and Singh was transferred to the San Fernando General Hospital where he was treated for damage to his ribs, jaws and nose. He was also monitored for internal bleeding before he was discharged yesterday. He suffered bruises all over his body and was still in a lot of pain. Now, all you hear is, contacted on the issue yesterday, Minister of Education Nyan Gadsby Dolly said a police report was made. This was confirmed by Pierre, who said Singh and the student made police reports. Police said investigations were underway to see whether or not people would be charged. Them beat the maxi man senselessly. The man nearly get ribs, this and that broken, and they checking to see if there will be charges. All you could hear, police could set me up on charge. And probably they're still cooking up charges too because they're always looking to set up somebody, right? It have a senior officer who should be charged on a criminal offense. But the PCA, I don't know what the Police Complaints Authority hiding. I don't know what the DPP, what's going on in the DPP's office because nothing is being done. I don't know what's going on with Jacob because Jacob refused to touch it. Again, like I say, that is how the cookie does crumble. You may just welcome RPM Express Couriers for all your courier needs. Let's go again, guys. Here what to do. Let me deal with the letter from Tat first. Oh, I need to take a break first. We're going to take a break. And when we come back, we'll continue right here on Breaking Barriers. Remember, Breaking Barriers is shown every single Wednesday. And by the way, let me put back up my partner, Slim, please. You see this gentleman here called Slim? Like I said, during my break, I want to hear the WhatsApp buzzing off and off and off with people committing to assist the gentleman to handling some of his expenses, please. Because let me tell you something. He needs to also get a prosthetic leg, pay off what is owed. And as I said before, at the end of the day, nobody knows what people are going through financially because here what's happening. They're not going to put their bank account out to the open. But for that man, I don't even want to even call him a Molana. That man who running him out on my partner, but let me tell you something. It have a God. It have a God. He may not be swift, but he's sure. I'll take a break, and when we come back, we'll continue right here on Breaking Barriers. We'll be back.
No more games. You always break the table when you lose. Promise? 4110 Jigsaw. Watch it. Don't you dare. Ronix.
For the everyday lowest prices on all grocery items, trust Low Cost Supermarket for the widest variety of quality products at low prices. Freshly picked fruits and vegetables, healthy products for your well-being, high quality meat cuts, and a warm and friendly service. Low Cost Supermarket, Southern Main Road, Cunupia.
Attention all bakers, doubles vendors and roti makers. Try our high quality bromate free, all purpose and whole wheat flour. Low price and conveniently packaged in 2 pounds, 2 kg, 10 kg and 25 kg bags. For wholesale and retail prices, contact Shiklisho Limited at 665-3336 or 480-8715 or visit us at Warrenville, Cunupia. Shiklisho Limited, quality you can trust.
Mitsu Air Limited, authorized Mitsubishi air conditioning dealer. No need to replace your air conditioning units ever so often. Split units, cassette, ductable, CTVIF systems and much more. Mitsubishi Electric has long been powering industries and providing solutions for healthy living. Mitsu Air Limited boasts the industry's first 10-year warranty on all parts and labor. Inverter units are also available. Don't hear it, just feel it. Mitsu Air Limited, 246 Eastern Main Road, Barataria. Give us a call at 674-4000 or 675-4000 or email us at mitsu.limited@gmail.com.
At Extra Foods, we care for you. That's why we always have the widest variety, the best prices, spacious aisles of total convenience, plus clean, safe surroundings. Let us care for you. Extra Foods, always extra for less.
No more games. You always break the table when you lose. Promise? 4110 Jigsaw. Watch it. Don't you dare. Ronix.
And welcome back, my friends. At the end of the day, what happens is that, what's the biggest fear for some people? You see this program, I have been to court and I've had magistrates and well-respected judges being avid viewers of this program. This program appeals to the intelligentsia of the population and not the set of dotish lagubago. And what happens is that because of the reach of this program and because of the audience share that we have, no other TV station decide that they want to do a program on a Wednesday night because really and truly it makes no sense because they have no viewership. So what happens is that because of this and because we deal with politics and other issues, and I see it as I see it, we have been targeted unfairly by the Telecom Authority of Trinidad and Tobago. They have been writing letters, and strange enough, they have been writing letters with great frequency, and it's the year when our concession is about to be renewed. Now, the question is, are they genuflecting the wishes of their political puppets, or what is really taking place in TAT? Because as I said before, I was called a kind of nasty coolie and this and that, and what was that on a certain station? TAT never, as far as I had to report it to TAT. TAT never observed that. But you know where's the hardest? Check this out, could we get the heading with the email that TAT sent? Content of Breaking Barriers program, July 27th. Maybe it is they were talking about Abu Bakr, not me, because July 27th, maybe it is they got nervous by that. Right? So what happens is that, and this is from Shonda Moore, who always sends out the letters from TAT. Right? So, okay. And what happens is that I received the letter, but let me show you how stupid this letter is, how dotish it is. Could we zoom into that, please? Right. Here we go. Content of Breaking Barriers program on IBN on the 27th of July, 2022. And by the way, that is 4 months ago. August, September, October. Yeah, about that. About 3 months ago. It recently, hold on, here it recently came to the authorities' attention. There was inappropriate language utilized on the Breaking Barriers program broadcast on IBN on the 27th of July, 2022. A decision was made to investigate. People calling all kind of Indian, all kind of nasty name all over the airwaves. TAT don't investigate. But they come 3 months after to investigate me. And therefore copies of their program were obtained from their broadcast content monitoring system. Their broadcast content monitoring system apparently only hooking up IBN. Let me go again. The authority has reviewed the relevant recording and makes note of the following. Now, here is what I said. If to these fellas outside there who have their license firearm, anybody come to rob you, anybody come to break the law, and you have your license firearm, exercise your rights. Exercise your rights fully. Do not allow them to breathe. Pump it in them. Empty an entire clip. Make sure it have no hospital afterwards. Come back to me a second. Or let's see anything wrong with that so far? I am saying if somebody come to rob you, rape your family, because here what's happening. Maybe it is Cynthia Downs, maybe it is Shonda Moore, and all the other hierarchy at TAT. Maybe it is they never get robbed, right? And I hope and pray that they don't, right? So they do not understand what is going on. But I see it every blasted day. Every day I see it because people come to me with videos, with this, with that. So therefore I live it and I breathe it for these people. So if TAT is immune to that, or it don't bother them, that's all here. We see it every day. So let me go again. And I'll look at a copy of this program too. I don't really care. Right? Make sure that it have no hospital afterwards. Make sure when that person is picking him up and moving him in the ambulance, that he will fall apart in about 9 pieces, because them fellas and them cannot get up again to cause stress on anybody. Come back to me. All you see anything wrong with that? I asking all you see anything wrong with that? I saying deal with a bandit, and TAT have a problem with that. Imagine that apparently TAT represents the Bandit Association of Trinidad and Tobago because they're talking on behalf of them now. What the hell really going on in this country, boy? What the hell really taking place when you have an authority? And by the way, Basically, they are minions of the PNM because why? The PNM is who put them there. So they are doing the bidding of the government of Trinidad and Tobago. In other words, here what happened. Right, Ishmael? Ishmael, a lot of take him off air. Ishmael affecting we politics. Ishmael exposing all the ministers who thief in. That is what going on. But wait, let me go back to that letter. As stupid as it is. While the authority understands that given the state of crime and violence in this country, the host may be interested in promoting tactics for self-defense. However, the host goes on to encourage persons to act in a way that may be disproportionate. So what they are saying here, right? If the bandit come and shoot you in your belly, you must shoot back the bandit in their belly. To shoot them in their belly, their back and their head is disproportionate, and that is bad. What you should do is when the bandit come, good evening, sir. Welcome to my home. What? You want to rape? Go ahead, fix up. You want to rob? Go ahead. Would you like a cup of tea? Here's the key to my safe. And look, here's the vehicle to my car. God bless you. You fix up. When are you coming to rob me again, please? So I will be prepared. By the way, I call KFC and they come in to deliver something for you because when you leave here, we know where your belly full is. Is that what Tat wants us to do? But you know where's the hardest? The other day I put on the TV and man on top of man. And Tat don't have a problem with that. I wonder why. I wonder why. I wonder why. Good. Right? Maybe it is people going in this alley and that alley or the other alley. Maybe that is why. Okay. And then we have violence, left, right, and center. The children know the difference, but Tat in charge of that. Tat is also in charge of Facebook and all the content that feeds us, because anything digital, Tat is responsible for. All the nastiness that takes place on Facebook. Why Tat talk about that? The channels that you have, the X-rated channels, why Tat don't talk about that? The people that thief in, and by the way, I have an email from Tat where they admit that over a year now, there are people who have been stealing and charging for channels, and Tat has done nothing about it. But they come in now to talk Gobar? Nah, man, all you do better than that. Like I said before, the law, I will go to the law and do what is necessary. All you want to come after me, here what happen. The law is where I will go because I'm not tolerating no dotishness. I am not going to be intimidated. I am not going to be harassed because there are people who are saying 10 times worse and all your tail, let's be quiet. I am not going to be silenced because at the end of the day, I have had enough. I have had enough. Let's go back to that letter. Right, let me go down. Let me go down. Let me go down. Down again. Have our next piece. No, it's right, good. The authority advises that IBN and its respective hosts to take all necessary action to ensure that statements of this area, of this nature, are not broadcast. Why? That is my bloody right. Who the hell are you feeling not to do that again? No, I will do it again. And if that is a breach, then here what you do. Stop the concession. Do it. I challenge all you. I challenge all you. Because here what happening, like I tell earlier, a winning case like that. Come back with that again. We also expect that you will exercise socially responsible behavior and seek to have your hosts exercise caution whilst performing their duties and conducting calling programs in order to ensure that there are not statements made by hosts or contributors which may contribute. And here where they add to the bottom. Token and Cynthia Reddock Downs. Since she there, I get a letter almost every month. Since that one, whoever the jail she is, right? I get a letter almost every month. So here what happening again, right? Gary have a message for that. Wait, let me get it. I send this letter to Gary. And imagine a former commissioner. Wait. Right. Right, here. This is what the former commissioner of police had to say in regards to the letter.
I don't know who it is got them to say that because that is total nonsense. When I spoke, it was in China, it was I don't know who it is got them to say that, because that is total nonsense. When it goes back, and it could use my reference to the one shot, one kill. Unless you're a marksman and you could take a properly aimed shot, you need to neutralize the enemy. That is in all training. That's not for the army, boss. That's for anybody who has a firearm. This nonsense that people used to talk about, well, hit them on the leg or whatever. You hit somebody on the leg, they still have enough capability to take that gun and shoot you and kill your family. So what you do is you neutralize the opponent, you neutralize the enemy. Whether they come in to rape your wife, kidnap your son, rob you, it is your right to neutralize. You can't neutralize if it is you're not a marksman to hit one shot. You got to riddle it out. You have to let them know that they could stay down, because one shot is not going to be able to neutralize somebody unless you know you could hit properly with a headshot or a chest shot. So what you're saying, there's nothing wrong with that. You're thinking, saying, look, I need to make sure when I fire that shot, that man not getting back up to kill me or kill my family.
Cynthia Reddock, or whatever your name is, take that in your pipe and smoke it. Former Commissioner of Police telling me that I have absolutely no problems with the statement that I made, and he stands by me, but all you have a problem. All you see, all you living life comfortable, all you have alarm handing in all your house. But for me, I telling you as it is, and I will repeat, the day a bandit come, better man here happening, I emptying that clip in his tail, and they're going to have difficulties taking him up. That is what I will do. Because I am not going to be a target or allow him to have life to shoot back at me. I am not dotish, and I was not put in any position by any government official to be singing any particular tune. Good. Talk done. Let me go again, guys. Yeah, and I'm talking about Gary Griffith. What's going on with Gary Griffith? Gary Griffith suing the Commissioner of Police now. Take a look at this.
The acting Commissioner of Police has decided to intercept my phones, whether it is because I'm a politician or a candidate vying for a position that he wants. What he has also done, he has also intercepted the phone of a citizen because of that person's possible affiliation to me. That is Nicole Dyer Griffith. So he has also intercepted her phone. And Trinidad and Tobago, what this means is that at any time now, any one of you, if it is that politicians or police officers, they have some investigation on you, is it that they have a right to now intercept the phones of all your family members, all your friends, all the phones in your business, in your company? This is a serious sign of what is called dictatorship via democracy. And this type of dictatorship must end. A year since I left as Commissioner of Police, and this interception started in May this year. So you're telling me after a year that you just decide to say, okay, let us use intelligence to see if we can intercept the phone of Gary Griffith. I think it is quite coincidental that the approval for this interception took place almost identical to the time when I launched a political party, when I became political. And is that coincidental? It is for Mr. Jacob to decide. Because the same Mr. Jacob told the public, and when asked by the media, he said Gary Griffith is not being investigated. You recall that? How could you tell the country I am not being investigated, yet you are intercepting my phones? And I am challenging him. You have information on me, let the country know. Because I know there's no witness, no evidence. Because again, Jensen, I have the document here from the police where it is stated that at no time have I ever been any person of interest by the police service. So if I've never been of any interest by the police service, there's never been a report, there's never been a victim, on what grounds would you have to intercept my phone, unless of course it may be that you were pressured to do so, and it is for him to call, because you cannot use the word intelligence just to intercept the phones and take away the privacy and the confidentiality of any law-abiding citizen by using the word intelligence.
And thank you so much there, Gary. As usual, they come in after Gary, they come in after me. And here happening, I was told that my calls are being intercepted. Imagine that, I Abu Inshan. Think bandit to intercept, you ain't going to intercept. Crooks to intercept, all ain't going to intercept. All they want to intercept Gary, all they want to intercept me, all they want to intercept Gary's wife, in fact. All they intercept Baraka Grounds too. Madness. Anyway, let's go to the let's see what we know with our bus pipe thing. That is madness. Look at that, man. And you know what caused this whole pipe to fall long, and people asking if that is the color of the water. Yes, the water stink and dirty. And this is because there is lack of maintenance on almost everything. Watch that water, man. Watch that. And that is water flowing like that, and that is the lovely water with chlorine in it that all are paying for. And you know, this is years and years of neglect. I mean, with the new chairman, some changes are going to happen, but things like this, I mean, look, that thing just fall out. What the hell? I like your elbow just break there, boy. Anyway, right? So let's go again, guys. Whatever slides. Oh, yeah. This, the PCA, in regards to the senior officer, the criminal investigation, and watch this. Here, check the third line. This is in regards to the criminal investigation of a senior police officer. As you are no doubt aware, this matter was submitted to the Director of Public Prosecution with a recommendation that his office consider the initiation of criminal proceeding against the defaulting officer. In this circumstance, the PCA is unable to accede to the request for the provision of the aforementioned report, as doing so may inadvertently compromise the criminal proceedings. So here up, man. I waited, and by the way, this is over a year now. So the team, legal counsel, whoever it is, let me know what's going on here, because one is that this thing, it can start to get fungus and all kind of thing, because the length of time it waiting. Right, so let's go again, guys. Check this out. Check this out. I tell you earlier, you want to go and get robbed, go to some of them Chinese supermarkets and you go get robbed. Right? No, pull back that before. The New Zealand cheese on top. Let me look at the price, and let me look at the weight. The price per pound is $76.99, and the weight, one is 648 and one is 634. And what's the size of them? Happiness Supermarket. Where Border Inland Revenue and VAT Office and all these people, let's be where these people are concerned, boy. Where does be? Where? And let me go again. No, not that. Come to the other pumpkin thing with the lady. Right? This lady, Leela Subnarain, selling pumpkin $8 a pound. Right? $8 a pound. But look at the price, $8 a pound. Now, here what happening, This pumpkin, Massey selling, what's the price say? $196. Let's see the size of that pumpkin. Or let's see how much are they paying when you go to the supermarket. All you paying real dollars more, you know. So try and when all you're buying, places like Massey store is not for poor people and middle class people. People just complain about $5 or $10 and still is going Massey and buy. How that could make sense? That can't make sense. Let's go again, guys. That's it. Finally. Right, so what happens, let me just thank Rita for sponsoring this segment. Of course, you know, if you have never tried Rita Chia, well, you're missing out on half your life. Now, what is interesting is that I would like to thank all the people who continue to assist with the projects that we are doing and, you know, to help us reach where we're going. And I want to come back to the situation with, like I said, with my good friend Fayaz Slim, who, like I said before, for those of you who know him, in fact, when I went to Hajj, he was there with me. He was one of the Hajj leaders there during the Hajj. So what happened is that I am making an appeal for people to assist and to get on board. And so far, what happened is that when I check my phone, I have maybe about 30, 40 messages for people in regards to that. And one is that I wouldn't tell you what we have committed so far, because what happened is that I wanna reach certain figures, right? Right. So what happened is that CPEP saying to one of their senior men that they clean the area. So what I show was our old video. But let me tell you something, whoever the hell that contractor is, all you better fire him. Because if all you fire him, I'll expose who he is. Because this is madness. This is absolute madness. Craziness. In fact, what I will do, I will take photos of the drain that CPEP said they clean, and I will show you the condition of that drain. Somebody said the president talking in Nagar. God, thank God I'm not in that area. Huh? Right. Anyway, I have to leave now because I have to end off early. Sorry, I can't take your calls. But what happened is that I have to go because we are trying to sort out with something, and I have to run. Again, for those of you who would like to assist with Hamza and with Fiaz, give me a call. WhatsApp me 6844-762. That's 6844-762, and let us see how we could get this done. All right, so all the best, folks. I do apologize for not being able to take your calls, but I am on a mission. So take care, and we will be in touch. All right, so all the best. Assalamu alaikum, and good evening.